Okay.
Yeah.
How you darn? What's poppin', people? Ooh, y'all. I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, but anybody see that? Anybody notice that little? Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. It's cool to see the channel continually growing. Um, we have another Dynasty startup mock draft today. Why are you guys doing so many Dynasty startup mock drafts? Because of free agency. That's why.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because things are changing and it's exciting. So it's a chance to talk about all these guys. But it's gonna be a good time. We're glad that you're here joining us. Do us a favor if you have yet to do so. Go ahead and hit that like button down below. If we hit 100 likes, we will do a rookie mock draft for you guys right after the Dynasty startup mock draft. We'll get a whole new group of people. So appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Okay, what's up, TD? What's up, Drusiv? What's up, Jordan? What's up, Styles? What's up? Welcome, everybody. Jack has a super chat here, so why don't we start the stream by responding to his super chat. Thank you so much for the donation. As you guys know, we'll always prioritize those super chats. Looks like is this 1 out of 2 or? Okay, 1 quarterback, 12 team.
Yeah, 12 team. I'm assuming super
start
flex,
10.
Start 10. Sorry.
Send the 1-0. Oh, thanks for this. Thanks for the super chat, Steven. Send the 104-25 first Ridley for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Oof.
104-25 first for 105-25 first for Amon-Ra.
I think I gotta. Yeah, it is half PPR. By the way, that's what the half means at the beginning.
Oh, that's the half. Okay.
I think I got a hold with the Ridley side, man. I know it sounds crazy, but I think Ridley's gonna put some respect back on his name this year. And
I'm just really happy we're getting 2 firsts for Amon-Ra. Whether that's and this is a 1 quarterback, so I'm really happy to get the 104, whoever that is, JSN, Quinton, Gibbs, Addison, whatever the case may be, and then also get a 25 first, who once again, it's a couple years away, but you get 2 first, which I'm really happy with.
Yeah, looks like it does have a second part to his question. Roster is Burrow, Brees, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, London Burks, Ridley, JMO, 101-104. So okay. Yeah, honestly, Jack, I'm still gonna lean keeping the picks. I think Ridley. I just don't like that Ridley's a throw-in piece there. If I could send the 104 and that 25 first is projected to be late, I feel better about that move. But I don't like Ridley as a throw-in. I think he could really put himself back on the map this year.
Now with the context, I would actually be okay getting it for Amon-Ra. Just knowing that you have the 101 to the 103 still, you can send that 104 and get a Amon-Ra who is a top 8, top 10 solidified wide receiver right now. So I'll be really comfortable doing that. I get what Zach's saying, the Ridley as a throw-in may not be as something that you probably shouldn't, and probably we wouldn't do, because I wouldn't do the Ridley throw-in knowing the context now. So I'm happy with going for Amon-Ra, knowing that you're going to get Bijan, JSN, and Gibbs, which is exciting.
I'm still not doing it. It feels like an overpay, but that's just me, and it's okay that we don't agree. Steven says, is that 6K subs? That's right, brother.
That's right, baby.
6K
Huge
subs
love for everyone, man.
Live and here with you guys. So let's do what we're here to do today. I think the first thing that we should do is talk about
everything that's happening.
Yeah, all the news that has gone on, which has been absolute chaos. And we were just recording videos, and big news was happening while we were recording videos. So it's definitely something that we should catch up on here. Okay, Jamal Williams goes to the Saints. What do we think about this deal?
I think this is good I think if it's good once Alvin Kamara is out.
Thanks for the super chat, Simon. We'll get to that 1 second.
Yeah, once Alvin Kamara is out, we also need to that like Jamal or Alvin Kamara could be missing the first half of the season, so he may be really valuable in the first half and then maybe decrease. But 3-year deal, and looks like they invest in him, so it just really depends on how they're going to utilize him.
Yeah. I like this deal. I already think they hated Alvin Kamara. I mean, as someone who had Alvin Kamara last year, um, you know, they did not want to use Alvin Kamara. It was weird vibes. So I think that this makes a lot of sense for Jamal Williams for the Saints. We already know Alvin Kamara is probably going to be suspended at least 6 games next year. So I like this deal for Jamal Williams. Is it better than him going to the Lions? No. Is it better than him going to the Bears? No, but I can still see how he could have a very important role there. And he was being drafted in like the 13th round of startups, so I think that was a pretty big value.
Yeah.
One that is not currently up there on the news cycle is Miles Sanders. So
yeah.
that was huge news. So let's talk about Miles Sanders. He goes to the Panthers. Do we have the details on the deal?
It doesn't necessarily. I don't see any details. Maybe someone's broken down, but I know it's a 4-year deal for Miles Sanders going to the Carolina Panthers, which is fun. That's fun for Miles, and this is exactly what
spot.
we were kind of hoping for Miles Sanders.
Yeah. I'm just curious if so it's 3 years for Jamal. We don't have the details, but you said it was a 4-year for Miles?
It was 4 years for Miles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I just traded Miles Sanders away yesterday in a league. Now I'm not sure how I feel about it. But it was a part of a package to get CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I'll have to review that later. But yeah, so 4-year deal for Miles. This is a fantastic landing spot for him. We saw Deontay Foreman. Sorry?
Remember that trade that you sent me for Miles Sanders from Monty the other day?
Mm-hmm.
I just accepted it.
You just accepted it now?
Yes.
Well, that feels really dodgy, but...
we can do it back. I just did it to annoy you, but I'm happy to do it back, genuinely.
I literally sent you a trade and you didn't reply to it, and now you accept it when the terms are different. That feels pretty dodgy.
People quickly, wow.
I definitely prefer Miles Sanders, so
what an opportunity.
I would appreciate a trade back there.
What should we do, boys? Let the chat decide now, but I'm happy.
I sent you a trade 2 days ago and you don't respond to it till now and accept it. I don't know. That feels dodgy to me, but
I mean, if it's still up there though, you know.
It feels icky, but you do what you got to do. If you don't want to trade back, then that's fine. But feels pretty icky.
Back's fault. Don't leave trades hanging there.
1, 2, 3, no trade backs.
No trade backs. All fair. We'll see what happens. We'll have a conversation after.
Sure.
Maybe
if you want to be that guy, you can be that guy. Up to you.
Hey, maybe this should be things you shouldn't do while trading.
Okay, hold on though. You're like the most annoying person to trade with because you never respond to trades. So
yeah, if I don't like it, I'm not gonna respond.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
We'll see what happens.
I think a lot of people out there don't know what it's like to trade with you. It is really frustrating. So I don't know. Fair enough. You didn't reply. Sure. I didn't look at it. Whatever. It's all good. Okay, so Miles Sanders goes to Carolina. Is there any other big names? We talked about Jamal Williams.
Yeah, we talked about Jamal. No big names. Jacoby goes to Washington. Not really that big. Juju to the Patriots, actually. That's pretty big. A 3-year deal. Going to the New England Patriots. And I think the whole fantasy community was like, okay, so you get rid of Jacoby Myers to sign Juju. I think the talent is there. Like, it's better for Juju, but at the same time, it's like, maybe you could have just gotten a cheaper deal with Jacoby. Yeah. But I think Jacoby got more than Juju, didn't he?
I think it was pretty much the same deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so like, why not sign Jacoby and keep him on the team? But I guess they didn't like where he was at, or where they didn't really believe in him. I'm assuming the way they believe in Juju, but that's very interesting that they do that with Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jacoby Myers tweeted about it, actually. And he said, "Cold world." So I don't think he was happy with it either.
Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense. But hey, Juju, I don't think it's not a landing spot that I was hoping for Juju. I thought he would more. Obviously, he got the bag,
Yeah.
right? He won the Super Bowl, and now he gets the bag, which is the right spot. But I thought he would still try to stay with the Chiefs and or go to another contending team. So
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay, any other names? Any other big signings? Darius Slay was released, which was surprising. Aaron Rodgers goes on the Pat McAfee show and says that he intends to play for the Jets. What's our thoughts
which is
on
very
that?
interesting. I feel like the Packers could easily back out of this.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers can say, you know what, I'm not trade. We're not going to trade you, Aaron. We're not getting the compensation from the Jets right now that we want. So I'm not, and I know he even stated this on live on the Pat McAfee show. He was like, I didn't go up with a list saying I want these guys. But essentially, the Jets made that move and said, hey, we're actually going to get Alan Lazard because we know how much you value him.
Yeah.
Come our way,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if the Packers don't give him the opportunity or don't get the compensation for Aaron Rodgers, it's like, well, the Jets just invested all this money in Alan Lazard and still don't have a quarterback. So
Yeah,
obviously
fair.
that is the worst part of that's like worst case scenario, and that would probably be really bad on both sides, but for both teams. But it looks like he's going to the Jets to sum it all up.
Yeah, I mean, he said himself that he plans to do that. The only thing that's not figured out is the compensation between the Jets and
which we all thought that it was resolved. They were saying we came to a deal, and now we're just waiting on Aaron, and not Aaron saying, actually, I'm waiting on them.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
No, I agree. It's pretty much a done deal. So good news for Garrett Wilson.
Hayden Hurst, another guy, by the way.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
going to talk about the Jets real quick. It's good news for Elijah
okay,
Moore. We'll see what kind of role he develops. I don't know how I feel about like any tight end there. I don't think any tight end really stands out necessarily, but also the opposite side, that would be Jordan Love, a player that I have very publicly suggested that people trade for and hold on to for like years now. And I feel like this is the moment where we see that value rise. I mean, there's a possibility today when we do a mock draft. Let's see how high Jordan Love goes. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps going higher and higher. So whether you want to keep Jordan Love and see what he is, or sell him high potentially with the hype that's bound to come, those people out there who invested in Jordan Love should feel really, really good about it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the news. Unless there's anything else I'm missing. I feel like that's it.
No, I think that is it. Just a lot of interesting things. Jordan Love, we're going to see how high. I guess some people to keep an eye on in this mock draft. Jordan Love, Miles Sanders, Jamal Williams now, David Montgomery. I would also say Garrett Wilson, keep an eye out. Maybe if he goes a little bit like us, 1 or 2 spots higher, maybe towards the early second now. With Aaron Rodgers coming, where does Christian Watson go as well with Jordan Love? Does he rise? Does he fall? Does he stay the same? So many people to look out for when it comes down to even Tony Pollard. Even though we do believe they will draft another running back, Zeke gets cut, by the way. Shout out to you Cowboys fans. I know you guys are mourning. Go play for the Commanders. Dak, as I say that,
they're mourning because they're Cowboy fans, not because Zeke is leaving.
Shout out to all the Cowboys fans. We love and hate you at the exact.
Yeah, we do. Is your noise gate off? You're coming in and out. I'm not sure, but
is it? It is off. Sorry.
Okay. So is it safe to drop Ian Thomas? I would say probably. Yeah, you could drop Ian Thomas at this point. Okay, let's get into today's mock draft. Just quickly before we do, if you don't know, we have partnered with Flock Fantasy. Coming together with a bunch of the creators over there to create what we believe is the best product that you can possibly get, the best thing that we've ever been able to offer you guys. You can use our promo code LAND, LAND, for 30% off. You're going to get our rankings, you're going to get articles, you're going to get bonus content. And then as well, if you choose the Mother Flocker tier, you'll have some other bonus exclusives, like having your trades on our shows, looking at your dynasty teams, a fantasy hotline for advice, So you can check that out. There's a link that is in the description, and I will also go ahead and paste it in the chat now if it's going to work. Okay, for some reason it's always weird like that. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
So you guys can check that out if you like. But we're doing a Dynasty Superflex startup draft. If people want to join us today, Badake, how can they do so?
Yeah, guys, join our Discord. Like Zach said, kind of talking about the website. We're having massive Discord with a lot of with the community, Fantasy Endgame, Fantasy Stock Exchange, and the Flock. Go to our part of the Discord. It says Fantasyland with the 2 little orange footballs next to it. Go there, go to content release, and that's exactly where I'll be posting the link. And if you've been with us before, we're not posting the link on our other Discord anymore. We're posting the link in the Flock Discord. So join the Flock Discord, go to content releases under Fantasyland, and that's exactly where I'll be posting the link. It is first come, first serve. So if you don't get in today, it's okay. Okay, if you don't get into that, it's okay. We go live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to continue to go live, especially during free agency. So all love. You're in the mock, right? Okay, I'll send this out now.
Go ahead.
And 3, 2, 1, content release. There you go.
All right.
Macy came like 5 seconds before everybody.
Yeah, he's got hacks on.
He got the hacks on for sure. And Ronnie came in through. Guys, by the way, if you want to get into a mock, do it on a laptop. It's probably the easiest and fastest way. I bet you Macy and Ronnie are both doing on a laptop, right? And it's just quicker response time. And make sure you have the Discord up and then Sleeper up, and then you kind of know how to go from there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, we're using the landing spots from Tankathon's mock draft. So these are the landing spots. We got Bryce Young to the Panthers, CJ Stroud to the Texans, A-Rich to the Colts, which seems to be pretty much consensus right now. Maybe you have those 2 guys swapped around. Will Levis is a Raider. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a Texan. Quentin Johnson's a Packer. Michael Mayer is a Lion. Bijan Robinson is a Texan. Jordan Addison goes to the Ravens. Zay Flowers to the Vikings. I like that landing spot. Dalton Kincaid goes to the Bengals. Thanks for the sub, Theo. I feel like we've seen Theo before. I feel like I know that name.
Theo Von Miller? Are you actually related to Von Miller or what?
Jalen Hyatt goes to the Panthers in the 2nd round. Then Josh Downs to the Browns. Darnell Washington to the Commanders. Jahmyr Gibbs to the Dolphins. Luke Musgrave goes to the Chargers. Rashee Rice to the Giants. Zach Charbonnet to the Bills. That's very interesting. Sam Laporta to the Texans. Let's see. Cedric Tillman to the Patriots. Tank Dell goes to the Steelers. Tyler Scott to the Dolphins. Tucker Kraft to the Ravens. A.T. Perry to the Bills. Keyshawn Boutte to the Chiefs. And Hendon Hooker to the Commanders. So those are the landing spots. Superflex, not tied in premium. It is a 12-man. No 3rd round reversal. So let's go ahead and get this thing started here.
Poppin'.
Patrick Mahomes at the 101. No surprise there.
Don't be so ashamed of. Can't believe the Eagles released Darius Slay.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I'm on the board here. I got Jalen Hurts available to me at the 105. No reason to overthink it. Welcome to the squad, Jalen. Why did you not explain the switch of where you're putting it before? Wasted an hour of time waiting on the old spot. We did explain it.
Yeah.
We literally spent like an entire minute explaining it.
Yeah. And it's also in the other Discord, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's our fault.
Would the Chiefs trade for Hopkins? No way they settle with Sky and Tony. There is the draft, which is a possibility, but yeah, they definitely could be one of those teams that could be looking at trading for a wide receiver, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be very interesting it would be crazy if DeAndre Hopkins does go there. It'd be really fun, actually, but apparently they're seeking a 2nd round pick, which I would say seems fairly even value for DeAndre Hopkins and where he's at right now, I would say, personally.
I don't know that they get a second. Not that he's not worth it, but I'm just thinking about when Julio Jones was traded. It was a 2nd round pick, right? and
Yeah.
that might
Oh,
be lingering on people's minds.
but Julio Jones was so far off at the time, though. Would we agree? Like compared to where DeAndre Hopkins is right now, he does have those hamstring injuries. DeAndre Hopkins is the same with Julio,
I
but
wouldn't say at the time he was traded that was the thought process, though. Like, I feel like he definitely was already dealing with some injuries, but the same could be said about D-Hop. He dealt with a hamstring injury, not this last year, but the year before, that kept him out for
the year
like
before.
6-7 games.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see it because I know the year before when Julio was injured, he didn't play a lot of the season, but DeAndre Hopkins did play a lot of the season this past year, the second half of the season, because he was sorry, I just gotta make a pick here. So he goes DeAndre. He was suspended in the first half, remember? So
Yeah, no, I meant the year before.
yeah, yeah. But I'm saying like this past year, he wasn't injured. He
Sure.
played, I think, almost all the games when he was healthy. So
Nah, for sure. I get it. He'll be 31. So what do you trade for a 31-year-old receiver?
yeah, yeah. What do you trade for a 30-year-old tight end, third round pick apparently?
Yeah. Apparently.
Freaking wild. All right.
What are you thinking here?
I feel like I want to switch it up because last time I did Bijan. So I am going to take. I'm going to take Bijan first, and I'm trying to see, should I take CD here again, or should I go quarterback?
You tell me. What are you doing?
I'm going to switch it up here. I would go Kyler. I'm going to take CJ.
Okay, at some point, we can say that too often, and then maybe we need to reassess the rankings.
Well, this was the first time I took CJ. I'm pretty sure over Kyler. So, I mean, unless
I feel like we do that every mock draft.
Sure.
No, you don't think that we do that?
I mean, it's a mock draft. It's for fun.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I feel like we do that every mock draft, but maybe it's just me who's doing it. So Bijan goes, then CJ Stroud off the board. AK says, thank you guys for doing a third down reversal recently. I've found the majority of public leads are trending towards having it on both the startups, and I'm doing it in August, have it anyway. So thank you. No worries.
No worries, man.
Not really what we prefer, but we do it just, to keep the community, keep things going off and trying to help people. Julio fall off was sad. Wish he retired before getting traded. Don't want to remember him for the back of, I think people will still put respect on his name for sure.
Yeah, he was crazy. He was wild.
Where does Lamar end up? No idea, man.
Apparently, he turned down 133. Was it 133 guaranteed or something like that?
I don't know. I can't really decipher his tweets.
And it was a 3-year deal. It was Luke was talking about it. Our friend who's a good is Baltimore Raven fan, talking about the deal that Lamar turned down. But hey, Lamar has opportunity to talk to other teams now, or other teams have opportunity to talk to Lamar.
Yeah.
So when you really think about it, who are those teams? You got to believe that the Colts are at least saying what's up. You got to think about the Falcons at least saying what's up, right? Like, you got to think of those teams to see what happens.
Wow. Rich at the 2.6. Kyler Murray at the 2.7. Wow. Crazy talk. But here we are.
To the Miami.
Okay, I'm on the board. I went Jalen Hurts with the first pick, and let's not overthink it. Let's grab the stack with AJ Brown here in the second round. Steven said, 133 over 3 years was never going to be in the cards for someone like Lamar. Yeah. Yep.
It's tough, man. I think Lamar is in a tough spot right now, in my opinion. And I think I keep saying it, probably sound like a broken record, but He wants to see what all these. He wants to be on the upper echelons of where these other quarterbacks are going to get paid, where he thinks they're going to get paid. Trevor Lawrence, Hurts, Herbert, Joe Burrow. He wants to be those guys. He wants to get paid like those guys, but he doesn't want to be on the bottom end of that, that paid racket. So interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Have we talked about Miles yet? We talked about at the beginning of the stream. Good deal for him and great landing spot for him as well. Lamar to Miami would be interesting. A-Rich over Kyler. It's crazy. Style says, I think guys like Lamar and Eckler are going to have to wait until after 2023 season to sign new deals elsewhere. Don't think any team's going to trade draft capital for them and pay what they're worth. Could be.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Steven, I don't know. I assumed that 133 wouldn't have been enough, but I don't know if that's how Badake was interpreting your message.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure we're on the same page there. Falcons aren't.
Maybe I said something else. Sorry.
I'm not sure. I think Washington look like. I've talked about this before. I could definitely see Dan Snyder kind of like giving the middle finger to the rest of the league, and giving Lamar Jackson the most guaranteed money ever, and just kind of screwing over every other owner. I could definitely see that happening.
You will love it though. You will say, Dan Snyder, you're still a dick, but thanks for getting Lamar.
I definitely don't want to pay Lamar Jackson that kind of guaranteed money.
Yeah, fair.
Lawrence / Kyler is a sweet start. I agree. I think that's a great spot for Team 6 here. Okay, we see Waddle, Breece Hall, Ken Walker, and Chris Olave. So Garrett Wilson goes at the 2-9. Didn't really rise, I wouldn't say, with this Aaron Rodgers news. But let's see if that trend, goes in the right direction here in the next couple of days, or if he goes too early, or if he's starting to go, Yeah. I mean, I could see him starting to go like 2-4, 2-5. People might get a little too wild with it.
I can definitely see it. And maybe people are a little bit still reserved because Aaron Rodgers team as of yet.
Yeah.
Right. So there was like, it's not legit. So.
But I feel like when he says it himself, it's hard.
They kind of have to make it
hard to see it not happening.
What do you think the Jets? What do you think the Packers are asking for in compensation?
No idea. Probably a first-round pick and more.
Yeah. So what do the Jets have right? Where is their first-round pick here?
I think they're at 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are at 13 here. So they're looking for the 13th overall pick for the Packers. And then what? Another second? Like a first and a second? A first and a third? What? He was actually Pat McAfee was kind of comparing it to the Matthew Stafford deal, but that was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because they were getting Jared Goff, so they swapped quarterbacks and they got a first, and I think a first and a second or a third. I think actually. Right. So very interesting. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I would say they're first, and they're probably trying to get like a first and a second, but I don't think that happens.
Okay, so it says according to this, Detroit will acquire Goff and a 24 first, third round pick. No, a Goff. Detroit will acquire Goff, a 2021 third round pick and a first round pick in 2022 and in 2023 in exchange for Matthew Stafford. So they got 2 first and a third and a quarterback in Matthew Stafford's deal. So I'm assuming you take the quarterback out, and I think you probably get a first and a third for Aaron Rodgers, who is what? 3 years older, or maybe the same age as Matthew Stafford right now.
Right.
Let's
I'm gonna grab JSN there. He links up with CJ Stroud. I'll take him there at the
4 years older, actually.
Currently my wide receiver 10 before the draft.
I also don't. I don't know how you feel about this, but I don't know if I want to invest in a quarterback that said I was actually going to retire, but since the Packers we're talking about shopping me,
Yeah.
I might as well just stay.
Yeah, no, I have no interest in shopping for someone who's talking about retirement. But if I'm in a win now scenario or team, I wouldn't mind if the price is right. You know, let's say the 202 or something. You know, I would be happy to send that if I need help at quarterback. Commanders going into 2023 with Hal and Brissett, and that difficult schedule is a perfect recipe for a number 1 pick next year. Caleb and Bieniemy Dynasty incoming. Yeah, I would love it. Our defense is just... I think the issue is our defense is pretty good. We'll have Chase Young, Allen, and we'll have Payne back as well. Montez Sweat. I just think our defense is one of the reasons that we keep being this middle of the pack team, which is good but also bad. By the way, big shout out in the Lima League to Whoa, it's Kevin. He says, I got to watch the stream later on, but talk it up. It's my birthday, fellas. Would love a shout out. So big shout out to Whoa, it's Kevin. Appreciate you, man.
Love, man.
For your birthday, why don't you go ahead and send me Josh Allen in that league, and I'll send you back Sam Howell. Seems like a pretty good deal. DK Metcalf goes off the board, then Tyreek Hill, Drake London, Christian McCaffrey, Devonta Smith, Kyle Pitts, and now Badake's up on the board. Caleb is from DC. Yeah, could be interesting. It was weird that he openly talked about wanting to be a Dolphin, but like a year before he's even drafted. If I have T-Law and Kyler and I have the 103, do I trade back? It depends on what you can get. If you can get a good offer, then yes. But if not, just draft the best player available, and then, you know, you'll have trade offers later. Rodgers for a 25-second and Evan Ingram. Yeah, I would pay that if I need. Style wants you to check your inbox in the golf league.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't.
What's up, Jack? Thanks for being a YouTube member. I can't remember when you signed up, but we haven't seen you on the stream in a bit, so welcome.
I think you did like 2 days ago, no?
3
days ago. Because he still has the baby one.
Let's see.
It was sometime like this last week, I would say. That's what I would say. But maybe I'm tripping.
It was 22 days ago.
Never mind.
We just haven't seen you for a while on the stream, so welcome in. Who do you prefer in Dynasty, JSN or Drake London? Thanks for the sub, Tim. For me, it would be Drake London. Or, sorry, for me, it would be JSN. I have JSN ranked as my wide receiver 10 and London as my wide receiver 13 right now. But we'll have to wait and see and just confirm that JSN is going to get the draft capital that we need.
Yeah. I would say the same. I have JSN higher than Drake London at the moment. So, yeah, I would agree there. Styles, by the way, I'll check that inbox after the live stream.
Okay, so Stephon Diggs goes, as well as Mark Andrews at the 4-5. That feels like pretty good value there.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is good to go say.
Saquon Barkley. What do we want to do here in the 4th round? Let's see.
Let's see what the 106 does here. Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, DK Metcalf. You didn't get one of your guys regardless, I think. With that.
What are we doing, Hand the Man? What are we doing? Okay, Christian Watson goes off the board. That makes it much easier for me. Welcome to the squad, Jamison Williams. Here at the 4-8. Welcome to the squad. I like this team that we're building out here. This is very much how I would build out my team. IRL. What's up, Mighty Booch? Happy hump day. Dynasty tight end premium startup round 13. Half PPR. There comes the notification. Best ball,
so much,
Elijah Moore, Mooney, or the 112. Or the 212.
212.
Assuming that's a rookie draft and you're getting Elijah Moore and Darnell Mooney, I would take Elijah Moore and Darnell Mooney.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
And Faye Freed and signing of the day. I would say Miles is probably the best one so far.
Yeah, Miles probably would be there.
I'm not necessarily sure if anyone kind of beats Miles in that.
Jamal's nice, but Miles probably the better move. Easier to project. Oh, you're on the clock. What to pick, Moore, Mooney, or the 112? I thought it said 212. I would take the 112 over Moore or Mooney.
What to pick, Moore, Mooney, 112?
The 212.
Oh, 212, okay.
I would say Elijah Moore there. Yeah. DJ Moore goes off the board, then Debo Samuel to Macy at the 410, Josh Jacobs at the 411.
DJ Moore, the 4-9. I think this is the highest we've seen him go. I mean, before the trade, he was going around 6th, 7th round.
Yep.
And he continues to rise. Let's see where he is according to the community on Keep Trade Cut right now. Last time we checked, he was wide receiver 16, if I'm not mistaken. And he is wide receiver 17. So I guess maybe somebody else rose somewhere, or maybe he's kind of just staying the same. But wide receiver 17, he's risen 7 spots since that trade, by the way, guys. So
yeah. Treylon Burks at the 412 was definitely a player I was targeting here in the 5th round. Jerry says, how do you feel about Treylon Burks? Would you trade for a random 24 first? I think it definitely depends on where that first is going to be. I wouldn't just say yes, any 24 first, but if it's like a competing team and it's likely going to be, 10, 11, 12, then I'd be very open to doing that.
Yeah. There you go there.
Schultz not signing yet is a little interesting. Hurts signed before him. Yeah, it makes me feel like Schultz is asking for too much money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It feels like Hayden Hurst was 3-year deal, $33 million, I think. I don't know what the guarantee and what the breakdown is throughout the years. So clearly Schultz is asking for something significantly higher. Yeah, Hayden Hurst 3 years doesn't really say anything. I mean, to be fair, he's 29 years old. Schultz is 26? So he probably is asking for the bag right now.
Just gonna remind myself where some of these players went.
Yeah, John, I like Schultz to the Chargers as well. But once again, the money, what's happening there.
Okay, Calvin goes off the board. Man.
What are you thinking here?
Just looking at my rankings here, trying to figure out the best available player. Oof, I want one of these guys. I just don't know which one.
And all I can say is, I'm so proud of you.
Weird spot to be in here. Really strange. So Jahmyr Gibbs went at the 4-2. Make a pick. Make a damn pick.
2, 1.
Oh, that's not what I was going to do, but welcome to the squad, Cooper Cup. Again, sleeper. Makes a pick for me. How much time did I have on the clock there?
It said it was counting down like 3, 2, 1.
I had 6 seconds on the clock. I just went back and looked.
On my side, it said it was 3 seconds. So if you have 6 seconds.
Well, I'm saying I went back to the stream and looked at it.
Right. So maybe when it gets to you, just minus 3 seconds from there.
So annoying.
Or sorry, minus 6 seconds, not 3. I don't know why I kept saying 3.
Yeah. Hunter Henry a sleeper tight end. Like I'm just falling asleep when I'm thinking about him in that sense.
Hunter Henry, yeah. Hunter
Yes,
Henry, John
RIP.
just unlucky.
I guess Chargers are interested in Schultz, but we got no money. Yeah, you got no money. Cowboys have to be in on Bijan. Yeah, I think they would be. I think every team would be in. Definitely the Cowboys. That's a splash move they want to make.
Yeah.
Where's
100%.
the Jahan Love? That's what do you mean? He's went in the 5th round. That's Love.
That is Love, but
that's who I would have probably drafted if auto pick didn't get, didn't overtake me there. But what you mean? You want him to go earlier, or what are you saying? Jake Ferguson season. That's right, Adam. We've been waiting patiently. I have so much Jake Ferguson in my leagues. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Let me see.
Just blaze. Okay. I am going to take, this makes my decision take Jerry Jeudy. And then I should have used my time wisely, but I really like the landing spot. I think if he does go, I think he definitely rises.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Sharby here. He goes to the Bills. And if Sharby goes to the Bills, I'm taking him, who I currently have: Ramondre Stevenson, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon. I would say Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins. Because I have him currently as my RB18. I would definitely take him over all those guys with the Buffalo Bills, with second round draft capital here.
Yeah, I have Charbonnet as my RB11 already, so I'm pretty high. I'm very high on him. But I don't like the Bills spot personally.
Oh, really?
I don't really like it. No, I think James Cook is going to be involved in the third down role, and I think you're going to get vultured a bunch of touchdowns.
I think this is what they needed. They needed the bigger back. He's bigger than Singletary, bigger than Moss. He can block. He can also catch the ball. So yeah, he may get vultured in the and I would say more vultured in the air, but I can also see in the goal line opportunities with Josh Allen there. But also, you just have to believe that they need to minimize Josh Allen's rushing ability. We saw that with the arm this year, and how he was struggling. People were saying, "Oh, it's probably that," and because of he was running and the way he got, that was more of a tackle, to be fair. So,
yeah,
when he got sacked, so that's a little bit different. But
yeah,
I guess it kind of goes for the same with what I think about Lamar. You need to change this offense where he's not running the whole time, and I think the Bills do the same thing, because you don't want Josh Allen missing second half of the season like Lamar has been doing, and not making the playoffs.
It's this difficult position that all these teams are in when they draft a player like that, because if you're not going to let Josh Allen be Josh Allen, you're not going to get those same results, but you have to protect him long term. So it's a difficult position for them to be in. I don't know. That's not I don't want Sharby there, but
that's fair. That's fair. And I think that's, at least in my eyes, I think it's okay. You get the bigger back. You get the pass catching guy in James Cook. Once again, Sharby can do that same thing as well. Just the bigger bulldozer guy that it can be the goal line guy over what Josh Allen was doing essentially all the time.
Yeah. Okay, Austin Eckler goes off the board. And yeah, the running backs are gross here. I don't want any of it. I feel like we're about to ooh.
Well, I feel like this is a good spot maybe for somebody.
I don't want a running back here unless there's someone that I'm missing. Oh my god. Okay, welcome to the squad, Zay Flowers. Welcome to the squad, Zay Flowers.
Give it to Zaza.
He goes in the first round to the Minnesota Vikings, and good luck defenses trying to cover Justin Jefferson alone, but now you add Zay Flowers, who becomes your instant wide receiver 2. I think that's a fantastic fit for Zay. Welcome to the squad, my man.
Yeah, it's a good pick there. Didn't even realize he went to the Vikings. That's really good. Makes sense as well. The Vikings drafting a wide receiver here, releasing Adam Thielen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see Gesicki sign with the Bengals so I can sell him. That would be really fun, actually. I would say keep him if that happens. What do you guys think CD's value is right now? I mean, personally, based off what we see in the community in every draft, he's right around the 101. Right around the 101, 102 value, yeah. I would say, as far as rookie picks. Lions backfield got to favor Monty over Swift at this point, right? Detroit feels like they're ready to move on from 32. Well, they've openly talked about it, and then to make a move like that,
to get Monty,
kind of feels that way. Yeah, it kind of feels like Monty's going to be the Jamal Williams this year. Might this be a buy low for Eckler on a win now team with the uncertainty? There's risk. So risk is always going to equal better value than before. I just think that Eckler's situation is very unique in the sense that he's not a very efficient runner and his value comes through the air. So unless he goes to an offense where we can really project him being used in that way still, you have to ask some question marks on what his value will be on a different team. Kind of was set up for, absolute success. Remember, this is a guy who had over 130 targets or something last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous, I thought.
So I would rather be cautious and miss out on a buy low than buy him now and regret it later if the situation isn't perfect. He had 127 targets. 127 targets last year. Which is the same as Mike Evans. More than Terry McLaurin. More than DJ Moore. What? Sorry, that's crazy. More than DJ Moore. More than Jalen Waddle. More than Tyler Lockett, Drake London, Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins. So anyway, I just think that's very difficult to project on a different team. So Jordan Love goes at the 7-2. I wanted to draft him, but I wanted to also let him fall naturally just for the sake of this exercise to see where he would fall. But that feels right. It feels like he probably will go earlier than that. I was going to draft him here at the 6-8.
I thought you were going Jordan Love at like the 5-5, to be completely honest.
Right. That's a little too rich for me.
Fair. I think that's where he would end up going, personally. Okay. Once everything is resolved, once we know what both teams are going to look like, I think once people have more confidence of Jordan Love and more reports come out saying we're so excited to move on with Jay Love, we're excited with his chemistry with Christian Watson, I think 5-5, even higher, personally, he is going to end up going. So 7-2 is still a bit late in my eyes.
Yeah. I don't want to take him in the early 5th. I don't know, mid 5th. I could be overthinking it. But welcome to the squad, Jared Goff here at the 7-5. It was either going to be Goff or Love for me. Wanted Love, but I'll take Goff.
Alexander Madison stays with the Vikings here, looks like.
Is he?
Agreed a 2-year deal contract to remain with
Well, that's
The
boring.
Vikings. That is boring.
Every Alexander Madison owner is just like, you're kidding me. Why did I hold this guy?
Yeah. Rip Madison shares literally. Hey, it happens. Who would have thought, man? I'd have that glitch of the mock draft, like clicking.
AK says he's a Madison owner. RIP Madison shares. What's up, Kev?
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, Dak, I like golf too. I got that golf Jameson Williams stack. Let's go. I did sell Madison plus a 24 second for King Henry and a 24 third a couple months ago. I think that's a good deal for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think that's a good deal. What's up, MP?
What's for lunch?
Tony Pollard at the 7-8. Feels pretty good, actually.
With these teams, really moving on from running back, just makes it a little bit more intriguing. The Cowboys, right? The Chargers, like it just, those landing spots makes a lot more sense for a Bijan or a Gibbs now, because at first we was like, oh, they can trade Austin Eckler, or he's on his last year's contract and then they take over, but now it's like, holy shit, it actually could be happening. Which is exciting. And we said, Jerry could make this big splash, so they get rid of Zeke, who has been the guy over there, and you go to Bijan, who was a Texas guy, staying in Texas. That would be wild. Like, just imagine the narrative, right?
So yeah, no, it would be awesome. It would be awesome.
Yeah,
that was one of my predictions on one of our videos a couple months ago. Double L says Madison's RB1 in Minnesota, and y'all mad. Firstly, I'm not even bothered by the news, but do you think there's a chance that Alexander Madison is the RB1 in Minnesota?
No, I do not.
So let's say they trade Dalvin Cook. This draft class is so deep, I would really struggle to see a scenario in which they don't draft a running back. I would be very surprised if Madison enters the year as the RB1. But if that's how you feel, then based off of my reaction, Badake's reaction, and some other people in the chat, it's a good time to buy low then, if you want to bet on that happening. MP says, boys just smashed a chicken schnitty sandwich. How's this weather? Get to the beach. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. This whole week is going to be brutal.
Like hot or?
Yeah, yo, it's going to be like 80, 90 degrees.
Damn.
All this week on Saturday as well for Steve's thing, like 90 degrees. That's going to be the hottest day of the week. It's going to be so hot and humid as we're out.
But it's during the nighttime, right?
I mean, I still think it's going to be hot. But, I mean, that's me,
Right, fair.
I mean, once again, another guy I thought will go higher. I feel like I should probably wait until where he gets drafted, but I'm going to do it myself in the 8th round. Miles Sanders here. Where did he go in those past couple mocks?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up here. So yesterday, obviously before the news, Miles Sanders. Whoa, was he even drafted? He went in the 10th round. At the 10-9, excuse me.
Yeah.
Another guy we expect to go higher than some of these people, like, yeah. And he's younger, right? Miles Sanders was 26 years old. I feel a lot more comfortable now having Miles over a J.K. Dobbins, a Miles.
Well, Wow.
I mean, right now, let me just say this before I say something crazy. Right now, it feels like I am going towards the way where I can see myself putting him over JK, maybe over Ramondre, over the Damian Pierces, because I don't think I have him over Damian Pierce right now. Even Tony Pollard. Let me just double check where I have some of these guys. Like I'm looking at the running backs that just went, right? Stevenson, Pollard, JK. I think Nick Chubb could potentially be like a gray area. A Javonte Williams could be a gray area. Austin Eckler, depending on what happens.
Whoa.
Like, once again, not saying that's what I'm going to be doing. I think I can see myself going that way with this 4-year contract, with this team, the way they're going to be building. Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe I do. Maybe I did take him too high. Maybe I'm overthinking this contract or overthinking the team, and then maybe I need to let it simmer a little bit. But I personally like the landing spot. Love the landing spot. Love what's going to be happening there, and he is the guy.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Man, above Nick Chubb, above Ramondre. I don't know. I'll have to think on that one.
Yeah, once again,
you said Javonte too. I don't know, man.
Maybe.
I don't know if I can get there with some of those names that you mentioned.
Once again, not saying I have them over those guys right now, but here we go. And as I talk about that, his contract does come out now. Miles Sanders deal with the Panthers a 4-year worth $25 million.
Okay.
The holy overpay.
6.25 a year. So that's pretty much what Monty got. But an extra year on the contract. Yeah, let's see where you settle on that. That will be very interesting debates if that's how high we're gonna put him.
How high he is, yeah, for sure. And I think once everything is all settled, the NFL draft and it's all kind of down, I'll see where I'm at. But I can see myself putting him over some of those guys. And yeah, maybe I did say some names, but not saying that's where I'm going to put him. But there could be an argument. There could be an argument in the future.
Yeah. No, there could be. All right. So at some point, DeAndre Swift becomes a value. At some point, he becomes a value. Would that be here at the 8-8? I think it may be. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Swifty here. I was waiting to see how long he was going to fall. I've had massive reservations about Swift, as you guys know on the channel for the last, pretty much since January or so. And Monty comes in. Obviously, I think those reservations were, it made sense now. But I think here at the 8-8, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Swifty is definitely interesting here at the 8-8.
55 degrees and raining in New Mexico, D-Law says. And you see Zach is having an anxiety attack as Badake lists these names. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it, but those are some names I was just like, damn, okay. That's high praise.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Where's Zeke going to land? Probably in a retirement home. Hopefully a nice one where, they get to take them out at least once a week. Go to the movie theater or something.
Yeah, have a nice little stroll on the field as a memory. Remember this, Zeke?
Yeah.
As you hold his arm. You remember this?
Yeah.
I used to run 100 yards. I ran a touchdown and cut to the left.
You love it. Yeah, I love to see it. I think Madison could definitely take on this role in Minnesota. Just need Dalvin to get traded. I'm taking Madison as a starter over anyone but Bijan, Gibbs, and Sharps. Damn. Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Any thoughts on that, Badake?
I personally, I personally see so many other people coming in taking Alexander Madison role. I guess let me ask you this: can he, if we're talking about Dalvin and he couldn't beat Dalvin, can he beat? Can he be a who's available out there? I'm trying to think. A Damian Harris. Can he beat a Kareem Hunt? Can he beat I'm trying to think. I can't remember who else is there. Can he beat some of those guys out if they do bring in some? I think the list can go on when I think name that also comes in the draft. I see Sean Tucker having the role over Madison. I see Zach Evans having the role over Madison. Like, there's a list of names that can go for me over Alexander Madison. So, and I think if that was the case, if you do believe that, then I would also say, why didn't Madison eat a little bit more into Dalvin? Right? If he has the potential, maybe he will have a 60-40 role where he was just a reliever guy. Dalvin was constantly on the field. I think we saw that a little bit more this year, but that's because Dalvin was injured and he was dealing with some stuff. But I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Damn it, Ronnie. Well, we got to switch it up then. My pick was either going to be Geno Smith or Pat Frymuth, so now I need to reassess here.
MP, it's funny. MP says, struggle between the Supreme Red or the Black Dynasty hoodie. The red one's nice, man. The red one looks clean. It probably looks better on camera, I would say.
You had it on stream
yesterday. Yeah, I have it on stream yesterday, MP, so I thought it was great. Because I want to be pimping.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I couldn't make a decision.
I tried. It's so weird how your thing is.
Yeah, how much time did it give me there?
I think that one was a little bit different. That was, you had like 2. I counted all the way down, so I don't know how much.
It's still 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I tried to refresh. What can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
Is Tony the wide receiver 1 in KC? I mean, that's what they're saying. They're saying that. Hanef says that he was going to pick Dalvin. Well, I'll take some Dalvin Cook here.
Operation you dreamed of, I finally sent it wrong. Here's Devin H. Where'd he go here? He went to the Cardinals in the 3rd round.
Nice. I think that's the appeal for him, though. Madison is cheap, and he's a rare guy that has shown elite flashes when he stepped in, but still hasn't earned a bigger contract. Yeah. Well, there will be a Alexander Madison truther community out there.
For sure.
Yeah. Whether you want to buy or sell. What's up, Peter? D-Hop at the 9-7. The Vikings can't keep Dalvin. Yeah, I don't expect them to keep Dalvin, by the way. I mean, we've talked about that, but I don't think that means look, just my personal opinion. We've talked about how huge this free agency class is, how huge this draft class is. So I get that Madison's back and I'm happy for him, but I would really struggle to see a scenario that they don't draft someone that overtakes Alexander Madison. but maybe we just might disagree on Alexander Madison, the player, because I'm taking Sean Tucker, Rashawn Johnson, Zach Evans, Tank Bigsby, Kendre Miller, Tajay Spears. All those guys I'm definitely taking over Madison.
Yeah, and then to be fair, the list is getting short now in free agency when the running back position.
Yeah.
Like I said, Kareem Hunt's still out there. You have Zeke now. Ronald Jones is there, but like I think that would just be horrendous. Devin Singletary is out there. Damian Harris is out there. James Robinson is also out there. I think it comes into the gray area where we'll say, okay, Devin Singletary and Alexander Madison. I think I can potentially see a Madison truther. I can see Madison kind of coming out there on my side when it comes down to Devin Singletary, but it's just tough. I just don't see it.
I think he's just a really, really good backup. But again, this is a buy opportunity then for some people. Don't forget playoff Lenny. I mean, playoff Lenny is going to be
out there as well.
in a old folks home. What's your take on slow drafts and startups? It's convenient, but I think it's really boring. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's very convenient, and I understand why people do it because it's hard to get everyone together in the same time, and you want people to have, I guess a chance to trade picks and talk. But I think it's really boring. I love the hype of coming together for a draft and everyone being excited.
Yeah.
You're in a room together or you're on a call together talking, and I wanted that player. Great pick. I don't know. I just feel like the atmosphere of a draft is one of my favorite parts of fantasy and Dynasty. So I'm not opposed to a slow draft because I understand the convenience, but I also think it's really boring. That's just me being honest.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm with Zach there. Whoa. I mean, not that big of a deal. Tajay Spears is scheduled to have dinner this evening with the New York Giants and will meet the Titans prior to his pro day tomorrow.
Nice.
Electric players in the class. I think it's. I don't know, man. I really think that I don't want it to happen.
What's this Tajay Spears report you're talking about?
What about it? Somebody.
You talked about Tajay. I'm trying to figure out where that report is.
Ryan Fowler. It was also retweeted by the Draft Network.
Oh, so you might have. I don't have the Draft Network on notifications wise. Oof, that would be boring if he went to the Giants.
It would be boring if he went to the Giants, but the only reason I'm not saying I want this to happen. I just think Joe Shane is looking at every option.
Yeah.
If they can't come to a deal with Saquon Barkley and someone is offering them a nice package and there's a running back that they would probably take that. Do I want that to happen? Absolutely not. Because I love Saquon Barkley. I want him to stay on the team. But once again, I am trusting Joe Shane and everything that is happening there. And if he does that with Saquon and gets Tajay Spears, I am not going to like it. But I need to believe in it. So, whether it's Tajay, whether it's whoever it is, not just Tajay. Meet with Bijan. Get me excited. Let me just open the door for Blaze for a second.
Here in the 10th round, I think I'll take my QB3 in Aaron Rodgers. I feel like, based off of the interview I saw today on Pat McAfee, I would love to know everyone's comments or thoughts in the chat. But feels like he's got like something. He's got like a chip on his shoulder now. It felt like he was ready to retire in that part of his career, but I think we're going to get 2 years out of Aaron in New York. That interview just felt like there was some real dislike between Rodgers and the Packers.
Yeah.
And I think he is like that. I'm not saying he's as good as Michael Jordan, but he has like that mindset where the smallest thing could put this guy over the edge where he's like, actually, I'm changing my entire life. Fuck you. I'm gonna do everything I can to prove you wrong. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like he has that bone in his body. So yeah, I'm probably only gonna get it for 2 years, but I feel good about taking him here in the 10th.
Yeah. And look, just to kind of build on that, and I kind of said this earlier as well, is well, I didn't say this earlier, but I guess I was probably thinking it. And he said this before, he wants to be part of the decision making. Hey, if you're thinking about moving me, sit me down and actually have the conversation. I don't want to hear it from anyone else. Yeah. Like, I've been in this organization, I've won Super Bowls for you, we've gone to multiple playoffs, I've helped you win so many games and brought so much money to this city, to this organization, and you don't have the audacity to just say, hey, I think it's coming to the point where we might start looking somewhere else. That's all he wants, and he keeps emphasizing that, and they still don't do that.
I know, yeah, but
which they don't have
I think you only see it from one perspective when you're a player.
Exactly.
And I understand, like, we want to give power to the players, but at the end of the day, it is a business, and certain players like Rodgers should probably be treated. They probably should be treated differently because of what they've meant to the organization.
Yeah.
So I can see both sides. If I was Rodgers, I'd be annoyed. If I was the Packers, I'd probably be like, dude, it's a business. We love you. You should know that we love you. We just gave you $50 million last year. But I could see both sides.
I would agree.
And I can see why it would be annoying for Rodgers. But I could also see why the Packers want to move on. All right, we're clearly not going to get a Super Bowl again with you, Aaron, with how our team is currently constructed. We spent this investment. Why don't we see what that investment's going to bring? There's no reason to not see what we have when we have to make a decision about this kid's future in Jordan Love without even knowing what he looks like. So
they could have cashed in from Jordan Love years ago, potentially.
David Njoku, welcome to the squad, brother. I think this is David Njoku, dude, is why I always feel like I can wait on a tight end.
Yeah. He was on
Njoku, Evan Ingram, Greg Dulcich, Trey McBride. Those are names like they all make me feel comfortable waiting.
Yeah. Definitely a guy I had him on queue. I was looking at tight ends here, so they might all go off here, but
Billy, what's up, Billy? He says, check the trade in Lima may need reversed. Let us know what you mean by that. I saw it, but I'm just not sure what you mean. James Robinson signs a 2-year deal with the Patriots.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay, Ramondre Stevenson fans, what are we thinking?
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. That signing is not bad.
Initial reaction, not that bad, but... can James?
Yeah, I don't think this impacts James. Yeah, look, he couldn't beat out Zonovan Knight. Let's keep that in mind.
And also, Ramondre was already winning ahead of Damian Harris. And
I don't think this impacts him too much.
No, which makes me feel a little bit more comfortable with my Ramondre stocks right now. Hopefully, they don't invest in somebody. They feel really comfortable.
That's what I was about to say. We could still see them draft like 3 running backs.
True. We saw that last year. But,
what does this mean for Marlon Mack? I think that's the real question. I love that joke, that ongoing joke. So Herbert at the 11-7 is interesting. In what world, though, and I'm not saying that Herbert's bad value there because I think it makes sense, but in what world is Joe Mixon going at 3 picks before Khalil Herbert? I understand he might not be on the Bengals, guys, but he's going to be somewhere. He's not that old. He's going to be somewhere. He's 26. If he gets released, then there's some team that's like, going to be competing that would be willing to give him a chance. I don't know. I just feel like Mixon's being too disrespected.
What does Robinson signing mean for LeBron's legacy? Gosh.
Don't get us started on LeBron.
LeBron.
Just disrespect. But Aki has this like irrational disrespect for certain players, like Kyler Murray and LeBron James.
The Kyler Murray I can understand. LeBron James, and I say this all the time, I don't understand basketball, but from my point of view, my perspective, I think he dogged Cleveland, but no one sees it in that way. But I don't know anything. Go watch the live stream, the KD LeBron live stream.
Yeah. I mean, look, if he brought a championship to a city that's, waited that long, I think Cleveland is happy.
Yeah, like he definitely he went back and won, right? So that's fair. Yeah.
Mixon's going to be working remotely this year, Steven says. Work from home.
Working remotely. There's still no news on Mixon stuff.
No.
It just went silent. Whatever happened.
Everyone just assumed that he was the person who had the gun, which is so annoying that was the assumption.
Exactly. Oh, this is Joe Mixon house. He had the gun in his hands. I've seen it with my 2 eyes. It was Joe.
So dumb.
Like, relax. But not advocating for him, because maybe if it comes out, there's a video.
Shit, maybe it was.
Joe Mixon actually had the gun.
No fun when the bunny got the gun.
Oh gosh.
Okay, Jamal Williams goes off the board at the 12-7. I was wondering when he was going to get drafted. And this is where I'll take James Robinson, the RB1 for the New England Patriots. I'm kidding. But I do think there's great values. We don't know where these players' landing spots are, but in this rookie class, I mean, there's a lot of running backs I still love on the board. One of those being Sean Tucker. So welcome to the squad, Sean Tucker at the 12-8. I like that. Brendan says he literally threatened to shoot someone a few weeks ago, and it was at his house. Not a dumb assumption. Look, all we're saying is, Brendan, we should wait until we know facts to make statements. That's all we're saying. Welcome. Thanks for subscribing, CJ.
Thank you, man.
Mixon and Zeke heading to Cabo. Mixon on administrative leave with pay. Yeah, Style says Braun came to the land and gave them their first title. Speaking of the land, we're gonna have LeBron James on the live stream tomorrow. He's joining the land.
Yeah, and we're really gonna break down why he left Cleveland to go to Miami and make a super team, but he probably doesn't see it that way.
Thoughts on Carter's draft stock? Is this Jalen? I think we'll need to wait for more information. He'll still go top 10.
Apparently, I don't know if is it Jalen? There was somebody that worked out that was out of breath and he couldn't finish his drills. I don't know if it was that Jalen Carter or was it the other guy, Nolan Smith?
I'm not sure if I do remember during the college football playoffs, that was a big conversation around Jalen Carter, that he wasn't really able to play that entire game. I don't know if that's the conversation that's getting mixed in or not.
Yeah, see 9 pounds added weight as well. So he had 9 pounds added weight, and he couldn't finish the drills. And I also remember, reading saying like he was very out of breath, so out of shape. So interesting. He needs to get in condition, and I wonder if a team's gonna invest in that, or I mean, Trent Richardson survives. Shout out to you, RIP. I just remember when he got drafted, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be good," and then he got traded, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Well, he had a good rookie year though. He did have a good rookie year. That's
because he got drafted to the Browns, and then he got traded to the Colts, or was it vice versa? No,
he got drafted to the Browns, and I can't remember who he got traded to. I think the Colts. I think that is who he got traded to, but
yeah,
I think so. Rashad Penny went at the 12-11, by the way. Do we know Penny's contract? Is it 1 year?
I wonder if it's still pending physical.
Well, that wouldn't be fair because he's still recovering from an ACL. So I think they would have assumed. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like they would have assumed that he had those problems when they signed him.
When I look it up, I don't see Rashad Penny. Let me go Rashad.
Apparently, PFF. No, this is last year in 2022.
Contract. See, Penny agreed to a 1-year deal.
No, that's in 2022, I think.
That is. No, it said 1 day ago.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to take potentially the steal of the draft here. at the 13-5, a tight end. We love this tight end class, who in the second round went to the Los Angeles Chargers in Luke Musgrave. So welcome to the squad. Again, another reason why I feel so good waiting on tight ends. Welcome to the squad, Luke. You're seeing something about his contract?
So if you just look at Rashad Penny's contract, it says Penny agreed to a 1-year deal with 1.3 million base salary, guaranteed, blah blah blah, max value of 21 million, while Scott will make roughly 2 million on a 1-year contract. According to NFL Network, Penny, the Eagles are making an upside play.
So they're paying Boston Scott more than Rashad Penny.
Yeah. And this is why I think he's not going to make the team. I'll just take Darnell Washington. Because you're investing in Boston Scott more than you're investing in Rashad Penny. And he's coming off an ACL injury. This is like, hey, come let us know if you're healthy enough to make the team, and if you are, then we can talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right. Well, that is the mock. That is the mock for today. We've already been live for quite some time. Maybe we'll just answer a couple questions before we head off.
Yeah.
Didn't reach our like goal today. But as you guys know, we will be live tomorrow night as well. Just Dak says, will anyone in the entire 2023 wide receiver draft class score more touchdowns than Calvin Ridley this year?
Wow.
I would say, if anyone, it would be JSN.
I feel like I would be comfortable answering that question once we know the landing spots. But maybe that's an easier question with the landing spots.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If people think Penny will be the starter, they haven't followed his career so far. Penny might not even make the roster. I would say if he's healthy, he's a starter, but that's the question, right? We have to find out if he's healthy. JSN, we need to get a startup mock where Badake doesn't take QJ so we can actually see what others think about him. That's fair.
We'll find out. It's either I take him and then everyone complains, or I don't take him, but like, well, why didn't you take him? So it's like I get roasted if I take him or I don't take him.
I think the only time that happens is when you take JSN over Quentin. I think outside of that, people don't typically talk about it.
Fair.
The real question, how is Mixon's situation going to affect the legacy of Justin Timberlake?
That's the real question.
What do you think? What do you think?
No idea.
See you later, Styles. What do we think about the team who waited to round 8 to get a quarterback? That was Q's. So I wonder if that is your team. So we've got Chase, Diggs, Adams, Cooper, Evans, Lazard, JT, CMC, Chubb. Chubb feels a little too rich for me. It's a decent team. But yeah, those quarterbacks are really questionable. They're both starters now. But I already feel like the Vikings are prepping for life without Kirk Cousins as we speak.
Which is wild.
Yeah, and I think it's a good team, and it could definitely compete right now because it's definitely a win now roster. So it could be one of those teams that wins year one, and then you need to figure out your quarterback situation. You do March Madness brackets? Should we? Is there like
I'm down to do it. Usually it's on like the.
Should we do one with the community?
It's on actual March Madness website, right?
We'll do one. Should we create a bracket, guys?
I'll be honest.
Just for fun, and we'll put it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm down. But the March Madness already has started. Can we?
Yeah, I think it has.
Can we continue making a bracket? Or
you can still make a bracket.
Okay.
Why don't I start one up now for the lulz?
Yeah, let's do it. You can. I'll just follow you because I don't.
Do you guys want to create one for the women's tournament?
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Just an idea. No one seems keen.
I mean, I know nothing about basketball.
What's wrong with you guys?
It said no. It starts tomorrow. No, NC State to win. So it starts tomorrow. So we do have a chance here. Apparently.
Okay.
So let's do it.
How do I make how do I make one? I mean, people's bracket.
This is create a bracket.
Do I have to log in or something?
Oh, that's women's. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you have to log in.
Let me go open a different screen. I don't want you people seeing my login information. I don't want no emails from random people.
Just click Alabama. So who's the best team? Obviously Alabama. Clearly, I'm looking at it.
I did not keep up with
Anyone? Okay.
with college basketball as much as I have in the past this year. Just gonna be honest.
All right, let me go open ESPN and go to March Madness. Can you send me a link? Because I think I can do it with you. Could be wrong though.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember if I have a sign-in code for ESPN. I haven't signed in so long. Okay, I do. I have an account. Must have been when I used to play fantasy on ESPN. RIP ESPN fantasy. Okay, I've entered my code.
Okay.
Oh my God, my name is ZZ Rock.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny. Oh shoot. My bracket. Create another bracket. Oh God, I don't want it called ZZ Rock. Okay, here we go. Let's call this Fantasyland Football March. Okay. Fantasyland Football bracket. What do I call this? Fantasyland Football.
Just put Fantasyland March Madness bracket. Just keep it simple.
Dude, I can't type that many words.
FL March MM bracket.
I feel like people know it's a bracket. Let's just call it Fantasyland Football
Madness.
Hi. We call it Madden. Fantasyland Football. Hey. That's what we're calling it. Join a group of fans? No thanks. Save settings. Can I change my name? Good. Used to be ZZ Rock. Okay. The name is taken? How about my Twitter username? Okay, that works. Okay, so how do I share this bracket? Settings, maybe? Do I have to enter... maybe I have to choose it before I send it away? Alright, Alabama's going to win that. I have no idea. I don't even know a single player on these two teams. I'm gonna go Maryland because I've lived closer to that area once. We'll go San Diego State. We'll definitely go Virginia. Virginia's winning it all. I don't care what you say. Creighton or NC State. I'm feeling an upset here. I'm going NC State. Baylor's gonna win. Missouri's gonna win. Arizona's gonna win. And then we're going to have Alabama and Virginia. We'll have... Baylor's probably going to beat them. But then we're going to... Yeah. Maybe I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 in. I don't know if... can you hear me? Or are you muted or...
I'm muted, so sorry. I was talking the whole time.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm feeling Auburn. I'm feeling Auburn there. We're going to call, I mean, Indiana's got to win there, but we're going to call Pittsburgh upset. Okay.
Xavier sounds like a cool. Texas A&M or Penn State.
And we're going to call an Auburn upset over the number 1 seed. We're going to have Miami there. Then we'll have Xavier through and Texas through. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then we'll have Auburn getting all the way here, and then they're going to lose to Texas. Virginia is going to beat Alabama. Eat it.
Gosh.
Then Virginia's going all the way. This is my bracket. Let me do what I want with it.
2 up, 2 down.
This is so unlikely to happen. All right, we're gonna have Memphis, Duke. Man, Tennessee. Yeah, but we'll have Providence beating Kentucky, Kansas State. We'll have USC beating Michigan State. Marquette will move on. Kansas. Illinois is gonna beat Arkansas. We'll have VCU upsetting St. Mary's. UConn of TCU. Gonzaga. We'll have Northwestern, UCLA of TCU winning, then UCLA. UConn, Kansas. Then we'll have Kansas in. We'll have Purdue coming through, Duke coming through. We'll have Providence getting a little farther than we expected. And then we're going to put Marquette in. Wow. So it's Marquette versus Virginia and Texas versus Kansas. This is so ridiculous. This isn't going to happen. Virginia wins it all. 58-54. Sure, yeah. You can actually no. I feel like if I click one of these, it's going to send me a mail. Okay, Virginia wins it all. You heard it here first, guys. I don't know any. I have literally no idea. I have no idea what I just did. Virginia first round exit. You're a hater, Max. You're a hater. Okay, so that's it. Now, how do I share? How do I share this? I don't know if Badaki's still muted or not.
I am muted. What the F?
My God, dude. Figure it out.
Because I have the door open. There was cars going. Because the blades can go in and out.
How do I send this? Does anyone know how I send this now?
No idea, man.
I mean, if no one knows how I send this, then I just did it for nothing.
Probably for nothing. Just good content, I guess.
No, come on. Surely we can figure this out. Click Twitter. Where does it say Twitter? Click Twitter? What? Where? Where am I missing? Oh, here? I think that's just gonna like formulate a tweet for me.
So Daniel
no, that's not gonna work.
Daniel said to create a group so we can all compete against one another.
Oh, okay. Create group. Fantasyland football group. Group motto.
Did you get it to work?
I'm working on it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Choose an unlocked or locked group. Yeah, it can be unlocked. Choose a public or private. Public, sure. Entry limits per entries per user. So okay, let's do like two per user. Create group. Okay, copy link. Here we go. All right, I'm going to the user, our old Discord. I'll put it in the general community. If you want,
yeah. So if you guys want
to join our March Madness bracket,
yeah, that's in our Discord, our old Discord, guys. So
and then I'm also gonna put it in the new one.
Yeah. Where are you gonna put in the new one?
Just announcements, maybe.
Yeah, okay. Join the Discord, link in the description, guys, and then you can go to announcements under Fantasyland tab, and that's exactly where we're posting the link for this March Madness bracket if you guys want to join and compete, which would be kind of cool. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. That should be it now. Oh, it's asking me to join group. Oh, my entry's already there. Okay. I think I did it right.
I think so as well.
All right, guys. That's probably it for today. All love. We'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy the rest of your night. And, yeah.
Love.